the beauty of not having a legitimate site to post on besides YouTube is I don't have to play music. We can get straight to the nonsense. But for your viewing pleasure, to break up the monotony in an episode, haven't said that since Grown Folks Business.
Oh.
I had ran into this on the internet, and I thought this was lovely just to like listen to. If it will load up.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah,
there
that'd
we
be
go.
good. That'd give me time to get there.
Thank you. Stop. You can sit it down a little bit better than that. Don't keep telling you. Take care of your shit. You got to take care of what take care of you. I'm trying to teach you a life lesson. You need to take care of your tool, cause it's what take care of you. You see, you might not need it now, but when it come time for you to need it and that shit broke, you gonna wish you took care of it. Now, do you know what this is?
Jump box.
A jump box. There you go. This a fucking jump box.
It's called
do
a
you know
jump
what this
box.
is?
It's a battery starter.
You know what the red stand for?
No, but I know you.
It's stand. Shut the fuck up. If you don't know, I don't know.
Black people.
The red stand for positive. You gonna put this on the plus sign whenever you hook it up to the battery. This side go on the plus sign, the red. Now, so what side did it go on? The negative. That's why I keep telling you about putting two and two together. You got to put two and two together, baby. If I say this positive, this got to be negative. Ain't no my man shit. You ain't learning that in school. You need to learn when I keep telling you something. I ain't gonna always be here.
Oh.
I ain't gonna always hear
All
black
right,
people
well,
always
they call
hit
me
you with
home.
that.
You got to teach
I
your
say it
training.
too.
Me too.
This the positive. That's the negative. You don't just hook this shit up no any kind of way. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Now go on, take it around. Let me show you how to do it.
Black people always got to give you the announcement, man, to make sure.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to welcome you all to the You Wasn't Outside podcast on the Grown Folks Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, and I do the most normal ass Carl. To my front, I have the woman, the myth, the legend, and I said it right the first time off rip,
Hey.
Miss Juicy J.
We made it.
Yes. Look.
Oh, we made it.
These young kids, man, I'm telling you, man, they a different breed. Like.
What are you referring to? Young kids, like kids, or like YNs?
That kid in that clip was 16 years old, right?
Wow.
And so my point in saying all that, I'm blasting in my own headphones, so make sure I turn me down a little bit. But my point in saying that is, and I'm noticing it with adults too, is that comprehension is a thing, and accountability. I've been on that for like the last 2 weeks because like for a while, man, and you kind of spoke to this when we was talking a little bit off mic, so I'll speak in code a little bit, but
okay, got you.
like I think that a lot of people aren't accountable for their actions. Like for me, if I tell somebody my bad, then it's my bad. I'll give you a great example. You asked me what I did today. Me and my daughter went and played golf. I forgot it happened. This is how you know, like, trauma shit happened to me all the time, and then I spaz out and don't even think about it. A dude hit a ball. Shit landed like 10 feet within my daughter again, right? We're on
Is
a
this
small
what you
course.
wanted to tell me?
No, it's something different. I got all kind of traumas. It was a hell of a day now that I look back on
Right?
it. It's just that I be floating. I was outside doing yard work for at least 3 hours, so then I had time to, like, put some flowers in the ground and breathe and get my blood pressure down a little bit.
Good.
But then another ball comes, like a minute later. And I was telling the group that I was with, funny story, the young man that I was playing with, he is younger than me, was playing with his mom, right? Okay. And it turns out that the kid played baseball at Helix. He graduated in 2016. That would have been, what, 9 years ago? So he's about 27, right?
Okay.
And he played with Alexia Richardson's little brother when he was on there. So I was like, hey, because I remember following Alexia's brother when he was at Helix, and I was like, oh, shit. So then around that time period, I was like, oh, you play with Richardson? He was like, yeah. So another ball drops, and I'm like, oh, man.
3?
Yeah, and these is two Caucasian people that we with, right? And I'm like, yo, man, I'm really trying. I told them, I said, yo, like there's if y'all wasn't here and she wasn't here, I was like, I would have been spazzed on the first one. I gave the first one away for free. The second one, I picked up dude's ball and I chucked it in the lake, right? He walks over and I tell him, I said, yo, the first one I gave you a discount. The second time when you hit a ball, you didn't say nothing. You didn't yell for. That shit's dangerous. I've read stories and articles of kids dying on a golf course. Yeah. We're on a kids golf course, so it's not like I'm doing something crazy. Like I'm expecting exactly. Like I'm in the wrong.
Exactly.
Like there's kids everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're not saying nothing. So then he starts talking. The first words out of his mouth wasn't "I apologize" or "sorry."
Yeah.
It was fucking excuses. And I said, look. You keep this shit up, dog. I said, I'm trying to be better in front of her and them.
Yeah.
But you're making it really hard for me to, I didn't even cuss when I said it. I'm adding a dub right now with the cuss. But my tone was right. I said, yo, I'm really trying to set a great example and you making it really hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know right now, I tossed your shit, I tossed it, and you can keep on going, but you need to yell 4.
Yeah.
Now that was act right, because for the rest of the day, like when they felt like they was even close to hitting us, they chilled. Dude was looking at me like he thought I was going to keep it going. I said what I needed to say and I was done.
Yeah.
And I think that accountability be missing from people, because it's like, yo, like in that moment, was I wrong for spazzing out? Absolutely. But was I justified in my response? However it was, you wanted a reaction out of me, you got it. I gave you one. Right, and then the second one, it's like, now I feel like you fucking with me, right?
Yeah, that part.
And young me, I suffer from this, and we gonna really get into it. We really potting on our way out.
Yeah.
I suffer from this where it's like, yo, like a lot of my old friends or like friends I've been with for a long time, they still envision old me.
Yes.
They tell jokes about me and stuff like that. Yes. And now I can laugh at it because it's like, yo, that was me. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't even attest to it. Like, I'd be like, yo, you're right. Like, I definitely was.
I'd be cringing at it. Yeah. Like,
they show me because like I got a friend that like old video. He like to take videos of everything. So he'll send me. I'm like, I don't even remember doing this. And I was like, yo, that version of me is wild. I never want my kids to know that.
Right.
But I feel like as I get older, man, like everyone else isn't growing with me.
Yeah.
The accountability isn't there. You and I was talking in regards to, you know, some things that was going on, and I was like, yo, that sounds like that conversation is lacking in accountability. Even if you think I'm wrong in that situation.
Yeah.
We lack in accountability because I wasn't wrong before. I wasn't wrong in other instances when someone else invited me in to have said conversations about things that I didn't want to have. You know, but I put things away, right? I got my own fam and all this other stuff. And I feel like people in general lack accountability, right? And then I wanted to touch on this piece with you because you said you kind of shared the same thing. Mm-hmm. I was dealing with some stuff, you know, at work. And I felt like my personality and my demeanor is going to be me. I'm not going to make it any better.
Yeah, we are who we are.
Yeah. I won my court case, you know, off of my personality and my demeanor when someone tried to tell me in my face I was wrong. Yeah. And instead of fighting with them and putting my hands on them and all this other stuff, I said, I see you in court. I make my argument.
Yep.
I made my argument, right? The judge, that was a trip within itself because that judge was fair. I just didn't like the way he was asking me questions, and they sent me home and him without a judgment. I'm watching 3 cases in front of me get a judgment right on the spot.
Okay.
And he's asking me questions, and I'm like, dog, you're not reading the evidence. I had 30 pieces of evidence, right? I had receipts and shit. And so, you know, even in that situation, though, I ended up winning when I checked the mail. I didn't win the full thing, but I got 3/4 of it. And I was like, that's a win.
That's a win to me.
Right? So I was like, yo, like when I look at like my demeanor and my actions sometimes, like it just may not be logical to the person who I'm having issues with.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And so this work-related stuff to me was like, yo, like you and I have a legitimate issue right now. Mm-hmm. And part of it I can't control. Mm-hmm. I can't control my tone because that is my tone. This is my regular tone. So if it sounds to you like I'm like amped up, I'm not. People tell me they can hear me. You can hear me right now in this voice, maybe way out in the street talking. I just can't help it. I'm not hyped up. I'm not mad or nothing. Yeah. It's just me. I realize that certain people can't approach me. I get it. I got tattoos on my hands, on my forearms, my feet, my torso and everything or whatever. And then the way I talk and speak or whatever, like the vernacular, right, does not sound like someone who's like, oh yeah, that was preposterous the way that they did that, you know, absolutely, you know, and I'm very adventurous person. That's not me. Yeah. Right? Like I have a hood twang a little bit how I talk. And I move a certain way. I could use those words. It's just that for what? Like I'm not at work trying to impress nobody. So I tell people if I'm not for you, you can go. Like I'm not mad. Yeah. You know what I mean? And someone and what I've learned is that I work in a woman dominated profession. Mm-hmm. And so I try to minimize my hand gestures. I try to minimize my ability to get big in a room. Mm-hmm. And when I say that is it's a presence thing. And I do that out of respect of women, right? Because I had to learn that I can't control that, right? In terms of like, I can control small things, but I can't control how I come across to someone, like how they receive me, right? Even if I'm doing the right thing, right? And I'm trying to have a conversation or whatever.
Well, there's things we can do to be mindful, which
How?
is what
saying,
you're attesting to,
right?
Like, you know, not making big movements, but then there's a large portion that's out of your control that, you know, you can't determine how someone's going to perceive you.
Even in our last spot, I sat here in a very controlled way. I cut a lot of the shit out.
Yeah,
I don't want to fight like that.
No, me
there,
neither.
right?
That's like family business.
But I didn't want. But not once did any one of us posture up.
No.
Like I sat with my hands still, and I was like, and look, I'm glad that we cut it. Y'all got a little dose of it in the fact, but like, hey, look, I don't give a fuck. That shit lost now. I don't even have it anywhere.
Delete.
But like even in that, like I controlled my tempo because I don't want Jay to read that the wrong way and think that like whatever disagreement we have is leading me to the point where I can't control my actions and my motives.
And I will say that with you. Like even in our hard moments, even when we disagree, I never feel unsafe with you ever. Anything,
that.
whether we're having. Yeah, I mean, I feel probably very safe with you with the things I tell you. You're probably like, bitch, you're too safe with me.
Nah, I'm cool, man. Long as,
yeah.
And that's the thing. Okay, so then that's what makes it weird, right?
Why?
And the conversation I'm having, because like, it's hard to sell that, but you and I have had a friendship for a very long time.
Yeah, it's wild when you really think about it.
So when I meet new women, where I'm in like a power position because of work, they don't know that about me. That I'm very docile. So like my demeanor comes across as like, oh, he might be mad because he's not saying anything. I can play both sides. I can play very active, and I can play, you know what? I'm gonna play wild card. You know what I mean? And I do that on purpose because like wild me is like, oh no, he's unsafe. We can't do that. I've dealt with that.
Yeah.
Where I was at work one time, years back, because this person not even there no matter, so it don't even matter. But I was talking and I was sideways, but I was moving my hands, and she was like, "Oh, you're very threatening right now."
Oh my Lanta.
You know what I mean? And then I was like, you know what? I'm not fucking with you.
Not at all.
A month went by and it was like, hey, I haven't heard from you. Keep that shit over there. Like you're the reason why dudes be getting in trouble on certain shit. The guys that don't deserve it, right? There are dudes that are out here that deserve it or whatever, but you just can't tell the difference between the two. And I gotta get away from that. I have to. You know what I mean? Because if you treat me like that, there's no way. So, I mean, I've just had to learn how to move, and if me showing grace in how I move comes out to be like, threatening, then we not gonna connect. Yeah. And that's where I kind of, led myself in the situation in regards to like how I deal with anybody, And I think in both instances where it's like, story you was telling me, this person, the gentleman that I dealt with today is like, look, man, I'm going to set standards for myself. And, not everyone's going to like the boundaries of where I put it, where I put it at, and everyone's going to have something. But as long as I stay true to me, I'm not harming anybody. I'm not saying anything negative about them or nothing like that in a public, in a public way. Yeah. Because I'm going to get my shit off with my wife. But, and even still, I'll tell people in their face too, one-on-one. But if it ain't that, then you're not gonna hear a negative. I'll fake it.
Sometimes you gotta save face or fake it till you make it, or just keep the peace.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's where I'm at. How you been?
You know what? I had a really interesting week, and some parallels to the things that you experienced. I'm still getting ready for this move. I got, official go on the housing. And so that's really exciting.
We got real applause.
Grandma came through. Grandma and God did their big ones.
Absolutely. Let me get you your real applause.
So I sent you the video, right?
Yes, you did.
So I got the video.
I knew it was Florida too because like the grass looked different. And they got thick ass grass to survive in that humidity. Go ahead though.
No, so it's getting more real, and I got a lot done. I was proud of myself. We got doctor's appointments done. We got dentist appointments scheduled. I got paperwork handled, all kinds of stuff.
That's hard work.
It was a lot. Getting ready for my oldest to go to camp next week, so she'll be at camp overnight camp in the mountains all week. But I as you're navigating different things, I had like triumphs and challenges, but I had, and I don't want to really get into like the details because like you said, we really don't be trying to like drag people. You know, we have to say what we have to say, and we have to handle certain situations, and sometimes that requires a certain, I guess, not tone, but it just requires certain actions to be done. And so I had a predicament this week where I had felt that my son was being discriminated against. And there were some things that had been put into motion, and I was like, I was cut off guard, and I was proud of myself, because the old me would have just reacted immediately and, wanted to light things on fire and would have just made things worse. and luckily I was, kind of caught. I think I was actually at the DMV at the time. And I was like, the DMV is forever. Right. I was like, I'm not about to lose my spot in line.
No, that's a real thing.
But I also, at the moment was like, I have so much going on. Do I have the capacity to take on this battle? And
maybe my 1% might have been wrong.
And with everything that I got going on, there's certain things, especially when I'm a person in a very vulnerable community. So I'm a vulnerable person, and when I feel like I've been, wronged or taken advantage of or treated unfairly or unjustly or, rudely, whatever it is, especially when it's something that I have some kind of knowledge base in, a little bit of experience, a little bit of understanding, I really even get more upset, because I think about the other people that are in these vulnerable communities with me, whether it's single mother, overcoming, abusive relationships, coming from being unhoused, all these vulnerable communities. I think about, them, and I think about what they would be going through if they were in the same situation, and so I was put in a position, or accountability, maybe I could have thoroughly made sure to communicate even more effectively. But I was like, no, this is not going down like this. And so it did require me to not just overreact, but to, express myself and to use my experience and my knowledge and, say hey, this is not okay. And I need you to understand why, procedurally, legally, I need you to look through it through the lens of why this is coming off discriminatory, even if that wasn't your intention. And, most importantly, I was I really need you to reconsider, what you're doing here, because I was and I don't, that's one thing, and people who really know me, I am someone, I don't give, ultimatums. I don't, and threaten people. But when I have reached a point where I'm okay, this is where we're at. And, I'm very solution-based. Even though I'm passionate, maybe sometimes I seem argumentative or even defensive, really, I'm always how can we move forward? What is our solution? Well, I do like to be understood as well. And so, ultimately when it gets to a point where I'm okay, where are we going to get to? How do we solve this, or how do we resolve this?
Right.
And hopefully respectfully, with some kind of tact, and let's not burn all the bridges down. But here are the options, where I'm at. This is one route we can consider, and these can be the consequences, whether positive or negative. And this is another route we can consider, and, the consequences, positive or negative. And sometimes I know that can maybe come off as maybe a threat or an ultimatum, but I'm this is my plan. And I'm not playing chess. I'm letting you know my next move according to your move. To me, I'm giving you the opportunity to direct my next move. And so luckily the situation was resolved, and to me, it was not personal. I think sometimes that also can be hard, because when you do have to kind of, when you went through your lawsuit, and it's nah, you did business wrong. Yes, you're a guy, you got a business, you got a family, I'm sure, but you handled this business wrong.
Right.
And therefore now you need to be held accountable, et cetera, et cetera. And so it's like, you know, it's never like in certain situations, it's not personal. It's just like, especially when it comes to like my son. So I was lucky that, you know, we could get to a understanding and, you know, all parties were apologetic, including me, and, you know, luckily move forward. But it lit something in me, like it awoken a beast in me like that I didn't know existed. Because I was like, oh, you trying to like fuck with my son. because he might be a little different, like, right. You know, like, and I'm kind of shocked that you would maybe pick this battle or go this route or choose this course of action with me in particular, whether it's because of, you know, whatever, but because you have gone this route, I'm like, you don't, like, you know, I didn't expect to be so passionate and like, you know what, and that just awoken my like mind to like disability rights and, you know, all the parents that I called, because in the moment I was like, okay, I'm not going to crash out, like, who can I call, what resources do I have, like, to support what I already pretty much know, you know, but still. And a lot of the people I spoke to, they were like, these kind of issues you're going to face, like, it's always going to be a battle, it's always going to be you having to fight and defend and ask and, you know, and sometimes, you know, go there to be able to get what you need, you know, for your son. And so, you know, it was an emotional roller coaster, but ultimately I was proud of myself for, you know, sticking up for him, for me, and for not like crashing out, like, because it doesn't help. But, you know, I definitely know that, like, you know, you can tell when people are receiving you some kind of way because you are stepping strongly, I guess, you know, and it's like, and so I'm like, you know, and I struggle with that because you know, I don't like to, even though I am so passionate and I am so outspoken, I also like, I don't like to, you know, I like to be friendly, I like to be chill, I like to be peaceful with people, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, that's what I would, you know, I prefer. You know what I mean? Like, I really... Like, in real life, we chill people, but don't fuck with us. Like, I don't do nothing now to where, like... I feel like if you got a problem with me in 2025, you got to kind of, like, look in the mirror at what happened. And vice versa. If I got a problem with you in 2025, I got to look in the mirror and feel like, how involved... I was talking to my boy, just the same thing you was talking about. And we were talking a little bit. I think we brought this up previously. I'm not sure, but like we used to argue all the time. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I did, right? And I'm like, yo, man, like I just ain't got the energy for it. Yeah. You know, I don't even have the energy for fuck shit. So like, yo, if you got too much fuck shit going around with you, sayonara. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I've lost a lot of significant relationships in my life due to fuck shit that was outside of my control. It was outside influences. It was never really like me. Like relationship between me and one of my family members isn't great because of alcoholism. And then I find out later on that, you know, this family member, you know, ended up, you know, going into, you know, a rehabilitation facility and everything, maybe like a couple of years later. Okay. So I knew that it had gotten that bad. But then I have to look in the mirror and say, like, man, there was moments where I was there, like, trying to, like, help you out of that. But I also have to accept that in that moment, certain people, and this is overall gist, some people are not ready for the message. Yeah. Some people are not ready for the come to Jesus moment. Yeah. And so I can sit here and try to force it, but it's like, fam, if you can't look in the mirror and say, yo, what did I do in this situation, you know, to kind of make it to where it is? It makes it difficult. So I look at the same way with, even with people I don't know. It's like, yo, what did I do in this situation to escalate it? Yeah. And, you know, I sometimes I think like, you know, right message, wrong messenger. Right. And, you know, that was like one of the debates I had with Homeboy where like, you know, he's very logical and factual. And he was like, we had that debate, like, and he was like, the message, like,
if it's fact and this is the message, then
You're
it doesn't matter. And I was like, no, delivery is everything.
Yeah.
I was like, if you really want to reach people so they can receive it,
Delivery not even in tone. Like when.
Yeah, there's so many nuances.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, you have to consider those things. And so I think sometimes it can be, you know, just somebody not receiving. Like, I know for me, like, sometimes I know, like, I had a big week of, like, reconciliation.
Yes.
How you say that? Like, reunification. And, you know, my friend, one of my best friends, Morgan, she told me actually that she had been praying for me, praying that I would have reunification with anybody that God wanted me to have reunification with before I moved, like for peace. She recently moved with her family to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And so she knows, like, you know, like just in May, so she knows that big transition. And she was like, I know what peace it was. And I had told her, she had told me this after I had, you know, resolved some things with some family members, or at least like broken the ice of, like, you know, not having any contact for a significant while. And so, you know, being able to have that contact and then at least be like, okay, let's now have, when can we set aside having the more difficult conversation?
Right,
you know?
try the other one too.
Yeah, my hand's all slippery
it's all good.
from the, I don't even want to. Yeah. You see
No
it?
Diddy.
I didn't even want to do exactly.
Oh, man.
But, you know, and so for me, like, I had went, like, no contact with, like, two of my, like, longest middle school best friends, like, since, like, around COVID. And, you know, and even took longer to come around to another one. And, you know, this weekend we had spent time together. And, you know, we have been best friends since 6th grade. And so the three of us, we have done so much and lived through so many lives and versions. And we were just like kids, you know, in the hot tub and around the pool, hanging out, you know, talking, laughing. And I was just like, I was so grateful for the opportunity, you know, to be able to get there with people and for people like, to give me a second chance and to give me an opportunity to be accountable and to say, like, yo, I'm sorry, like, I really handled that wrongly. Or, like, what I was going to get to is, like, you know, my friend, like, one of my best friends, the one I told you that I had reunified with a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And she, you know, she always, you know, really, we tease her because she plays devil advocate, but she really does, like, you know, reason and challenge, and, you know, almost now that I'm thinking about it, kind of like you, like, really push, like, seeing things through maybe a lens. Or, and so, you know, I had told her, like, you know, I'm not ready to resolve things with this person. Like, I don't think I have, like, the capacity to handle where the conversation might go. I'm still pretty angry. I'm still pretty hurt. Like, you know, but also, like, I did fuck up really bad, and, like, I really love this person, and this person, you know, I would do anything for them. And so she was like, you know, I really think you need to have this conversation, and you know, really was like pushing, like, I think you can handle it, and I think you should try. And I was like, you just don't know, you know, like, and she was like, you know, you say you've done this work, you say you do this therapy, like, you know, maybe you can. And so I really, you know, prayed and thought about it, and, you know, I was able to invite this person to the twins' in our going away party, the twins' birthday and our going away party. And, you know, they came. And, you know, it was, I think, of course, there were little awkward moments, but I think it felt pretty comfortable. And actually, it reminded me of, like, how much I missed them. And so, you know, and it made me think, like, back to that conversation where I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, you're right. Like, I needed to do that. But also, you have to be ready to take that accountability. And I think this week for me, there was, like, a few things that really stood out to me, like lessons that I learned. Like, one, like, people, like, who really know me, they know that, like, they almost joke and they call me the block queen. Because I'm known to, like, once I'm done, like, once I've decided I'm, like, done with the relationship, like, to block and move forward and sever those ties. I also believe, like, in a proximity. And I'm like, you know what, like, in access, I'm like, you don't get to, like, dog me or be disloyal or treat me badly and then still have access to me. And then, or a proximity, or get to linger, or get to watch, or get to, you know what I mean, float around me. Like, nah, that dissolved. But I'm learning that, you know, it's not always necessary or completely needed. And so I really was like reflective of that, and being like, I sometimes go to like too much of an extreme, but then also being like, sometimes feeling very like justified like in those moments. And so, but for me, being able to have like that reconciliation, I realized like how important it was for people to be able to like, and I thought of you, like I told you, I had a lot of aha moments.
I felt like you was talking to me this whole time. I just sit here letting you get your shit on.
No,
too.
no, I'm not talking to you at all. I'm talking about myself.
No, but I'm saying like in terms of my spirit. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, literally there were so many times where like Carl's such a good friend.
But you better than me in this whole situation.
No.
I'll take the elephant out the room. I'm not at a point right now where I can fuck with Lex.
Oh, I'm not even talking about.
No, but this is me thinking about like even you saying that.
Yeah.
Because like I'm thinking about like this, and I'm not even hijacking. When I'm just we can just talk about this in general of people. Because people have been asking. You've asked me.
Yeah.
A few other people hit me in the same space.
Yeah.
Right. And like there's certain my cousin, like all these people, like and you're right. Like the shit you're saying is like spot on, because it's like I'm thinking about things that happened in a moment that got us to where we're at.
Yeah.
But like, there's also like a part of me when you're telling your story, I'm like, yo, there's so much built up tension that gets to a spot.
Yeah.
That I can't let certain things go for the sake of like, the hard part for me from what you're saying is the peace that I get from being gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real.
Hard for me. Like to give that up, like is very, like even to get to the spot where it was like, yo, I'm done with the pod.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know it. I've been done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like that's why I say like you're better than me in that sense, because I don't know. Like, will there be a time where I feel like I can have a conversation about all the things that have kind of transpired in my life with people in general, not even just like Lex, right?
Yeah.
But like anyone in general. Yeah. But am I in a spot right now to where like I can give that energy? I don't know.
And for me, I think that like because I'm moving, it's putting kind of a magnifier.
If I was dying, that'd probably be different.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I'm moving. Exactly. Jeez. I think that because I'm in like a pressure cooker, and I'm not planning on coming back to San Diego, you know, anytime soon, or even potentially living here again. And so that's why I think that I'm having all of these difficult conversations and all these reckonings and things. And like, you know, for me,
do you feel like you need it for a fresh start?
I didn't think I necessarily did, but
now that it's here,
it's all here, and these, like, whether it's me trying to have connection or this just kind of, these conversations just kind of coming about, like, I definitely think that it's like in alignment with, being able to not leave things. I mean, I'm moving literally across the country.
Right.
So to not leave relationships like lingering, or like things unsaid or unresolved. It's not saying that it's like, hallelujah, best friends, everything's resolved. You know, it's like, you know, and I wasn't even like, you know, I'm speaking to like immediate family members and like, you know, best friends that I've had for years and decades, and, you know, falling outs that I had that, you know, it's been 5 years, you know, it was amount of time when I was really struggling with my mental health. And then right afterwards, I ended up, you know, married, and then I ended up pregnant with twins, and then I ended up really sick, and then I ended up homeless, and then I ended up, you know, going through everything. And so like that 5 years went by, and now I'm moving, and it's like, oh wait, like now there's all these conversations or all this animosity or tension in relationships that even if they're not picking up where they left off, or even if they're not picking up at all, there needs to be some final closing. And whether that's for me, for them, for both of us, for just like how resolve works, I don't know, but that's where I'm at. But I thought of you because, you know, there's a lot of times where, that's what I was going to say, you're a good friend, because I'll come to you and I'll tell you things, and you'll hear it, and you'll be like, you know, you're giving your soft warnings, or, You're like, I don't know. But then you're like, but rock it out. You got my blessing. You got my support.
So it don't come from hate.
Yeah, no, you always give me, you never just let me go into things blind. You always give me some kind of like warning or heads up. But you also always give me the space to like figure it out. And so you always say like, you got to let people get their shit off. And so that's what I was referring to, like with the blocking people. I'm like, oh, like all these people in my life, like my immediate family members, these best friends of mine that I've had for years that have seen literally probably the worst of me and seen the best of me. And, like and even Lex, they all like deserve the opportunity to like, to get their shit off and to say what they need to say to me and be able to express their side of things and how they feel, and I need to be able to take it, to receive it, to listen to it, to take accountability, to apologize and in my mishaps and my bad reactions or my miscommunications, also be able to, express, where I'm at now. And it reminded me earlier, I don't know if we were talking about this on mic or not, but like people like seeing you in an old lens,
Yeah.
Like you see the old me. And, I've learned that people need to experience enough of you to the new you to understand that's you. And a lot of people, especially like I said, when I block people or I just cut them out or I go completely no contact, then they don't have any opportunity to like even see this new me. So it's almost hard for them to like, understand or give me the opportunity to respond differently or present myself differently. And so, but I think that like I'm just at the point where I want to be able to be, accountable, but I also really recognize like I am who I am, and like I cannot sometimes control, like how you're saying with, your coworker, like even when I'm trying my best, I also can't control like how you are fully receiving me. And some people just aren't going to receive me well, or they just aren't going to be able to grow with me, like you said, and move forward with me. But I am like at least, wanting to have, I guess it can even be like atonement, you know what I mean? Like, and so for me, the biggest thing is like recognizing like, okay, sometimes I need to like give people the space to say what they need to say to me. And then also like, I need to know when not to like overstep or become too involved with things or involved with things at all. I think sometimes, even like, when we were talking about ice and like, I still like, I still believe in micro moments and, doing what you can. But I think that like I have learned, I'm someone who sometimes I just, with all the best intentions, sometimes I dive into something and sometimes you do more harm, even like into regards with the whole, subsidized housing situation. I almost said it, like the name, right. The guy's name and the name of the organization. And, months back when about, the young woman and the whole me coming to homie court because people were like, why is Juice defending this man? He did this to this young woman, or why is she getting involved, Right. And I was like, I'm just trying to make sure this girl is housed. Like, I know what it's like to be homeless. It's hard out here.
But you know what?
But I want
to ask you this. Then.
Yeah.
So today, I told you I went to a nursery.
Yeah.
Right? So now,
like
now that you're saying what you're saying now, like I want to test my theory.
Okay, a plant nursery?
Yes. The one in Spring Valley. Right? There.
Off Campo? Or more like southeast over there?
No, like by Mount McGill, that one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
So I'm over there. There's a bridge. Right? The bridge is right there. Then there's a gas station, right? Taking you towards, what's that barbecue place?
Oh,
Cali Barbecue.
Yes. Okay.
So there's a dude, Latino dude. He's like on the phone booth. There's like a little phone thing or like a little marquee on the end of the street.
Yeah.
And there's a woman in front of him. She turns and she's talking to him, but I can't hear her. I got my AC on. My daughter's in the car and shit. And she's like now pointing her finger, like just... And then boo-hoo crying, looking like Huda, right, on Love Island. Just that type of boo-hooing.
Okay.
Right? I was like, but he's calm. He's not even yelling.
They're together.
I'm assuming now
Okay.
because the way that's a love, right?
Yeah.
With the way she was pointing and
Yeah.
crying, like
passion.
that's love, right? So
Toxic love.
yeah, it is toxic, right? But she loved to do. Oh,
Yeah.
wait till I tell the rest
I've
of the story.
had those scenes. I've had those hidden moments.
So now she starts she's like stay away, right?
Oh shit. Okay.
And she starts walking across the street.
Okay.
Right, so the light.
What are you guys in the car?
Yeah, we in the car.
Oh.
I'm watching. I got a minute. So then I go to the nursery, but the nursery's only like a quarter mile.
What were you going to plant the flowers?
Yeah. I had to get new flowers for the front of my house. I've been saying I was gonna do it for
That's so
2 years
cute.
now, and I was like, fuck it, like whatever. It's the time to do it.
Okay.
So I go get the flower. I go in front of the nursery. I back in, park, everything. I see said girl coming down the hill.
Okay.
All I hear is, woo-hoo-hoo. I said, oh shit. And then I was like, you know what? Nah, ain't no fucking way. Because this is a situation where, like, if I were to stop and be like, yo, you good? Mind you, in my mind, because there's no sidewalk over there.
Okay.
So now she's walking towards incoming traffic and everything, boo-hoo crying.
Yeah.
I see she got a cell phone. We about 50 yards from each other, but the
Okay.
nursery's right here, so I can see her the whole way.
Yeah.
And she got a cell phone. I was like, shit, she called Uber. I was like, yo, my black ass is not about to ask her how she's doing, all this other shit or whatever, for this motherfucker to come down the hill and want to fight me now with my daughter here with me. That ain't got nothing. My mind went all the way to that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, feel bad for her, just can't help you.
Yeah.
But then I noticed, right, she like walks down the street that's like right in front of the nursery, notices like, I think it was like her like, yo, realization moment. What the fuck am I doing?
Okay.
She looks at her phone, turns back around, walks her ass right back up that hill to where bro was.
So she can get a ride home?
Yes, but the pace, the first pace was, I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do.
Yeah.
That next pace was,
I'm about to get left.
let me get back.
I've been there, homegirl.
And I was like,
a few
yo,
times.
I called my wife and I told her the whole story. And I was like, this is why motherfuckers don't need to do this, because you can sit here trying to talk some sense to her. She got to go learn. I was like, her mom, like, and she looked at her phone. And I was like, yo, she looked at her phone and then looked like, I ain't got nobody to call. I was like, her mom probably told her 5 times, leave this motherfucker alone. You keep messing with his ass. I told you. She's like, man, let me just get back. And my wife was like, yo, like, this is why I'm going to be trying to have these moments in public, because, you know, you never know what you're going to get. And then also you doing this in front of people. And in my mind, I go straight to, like, I've had these moments. But, like, the police be over there. Like, the sheriffs and shit, that's the Spring Valley Sheriff territory. So I'm like, yo, I can't be outside as a minority acting like this, because they stop when that shit happens. So I think about all that. And then when I'm on my way home, when I was talking to my wife, I was like, Jay might have got out the car. Right? That's what I said. I was like, Jay, not on the walk up, but on the wandering walk down, like in the phone look, I was like, she might have stopped.
Yeah. That you know what? Okay, on some real type shit. Let's see.
I was like, Jay
I'm
might
really
do it.
trying to change my ways. So I think that one, like, yes, you have to be aware. Like, my ex used to call it rascals. And, you know, we would rascal sometimes. And he used to call it rascals. Like, you know, we'd be like, look, we cannot be making a scene out here. Like,
right.
You got to calm down. I would like to think that, like, right in, like, if it was today's old, if it happened this weekend, I would have not got involved, because I'm really trying to, you know, pick my battles and stick in my lanes and really, you know, when it's worth it, you know, go toe to toe. But I think there would have been an exception if, like, the girl was really frantic. Like, if I would have seen, like, them actually physically fighting, or she was, like, looked extremely distraught, or unfortunately I can't say that. Like, where how you're describing her, I think I would have definitely been looking. My radar would have been up.
Yeah.
My spidey senses, I would have been like, should I do something? Should I not, bitch?
She had a BBL. I was like, she got money for Uber.
I was like, chill.
You gotta have money for Uber with a BBL. Like, you
you
good.
know what? I don't know. I want to lie and say no, Carl. But 50-50. It's a 50-50.
You probably would have had to flip your own coin.
Dude,
I'll leave this
literally.
up to chance.
If I didn't have the kids, if I had the kids, Lord. But I'm trying to, you know, especially as I'm making this move, like, get less and less involved in things, because again, sometimes it causes more harm, or whether it's to you
what
and
got
yourself.
me is the motherfucker was so calm. He was calm as shit.
Yeah.
And I like he knew. She
But that might be because he's waiting to get home to beat her ass.
That too.
You know,
I don't know.
You know, like when your kids are going bad in public.
No, you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
He also whooping anybody that fucking stop. I'm not stopping. He like, yo, she gonna make it a quarter mile. She'll be back. I don't want no smoke with that.
Yeah, no,
You
exactly.
got it. Like, I'm not helping nobody.
Oh my goodness.
Not on that regard. I like no. I wanted to say that I'd be that guy, like, you know, helping out dudes and women. It didn't matter who it was. But I ain't getting out the car. But that's when I looked at her, I was like, oh, I'm an equal opportunity employer. I wouldn't help a dude in this situation. So I can't help you.
Yeah, you know what? And it sucks with like when you're in like that situation, whether like if you're in, I don't know if like healthy relationships ever have moments like that, but like having been in toxic relationships, and you know, I've had, like I said, laughing, but there's been moments where, you know, it's been a scene, or like, and you're in that zone, and emotions are so heightened, and you're fighting, and it's, you know, extreme and distraught, and you know, I'm walking away, and then, oh shit, I don't got no ride, and I don't got no money for an Uber, I'm walking back, and then like, you know, not even realizing like, oh wait, hold on, there's people like around me, you know. And I think of like, even like, you know, my own with my ex, and like, you know, I disclosed that like our relationship was abusive, and you know, we've been, I'm preparing to leave, and you know, he's been spending time with the kids, and which means, you know, us all in proximity, and we've been having a lot of conversations about like our relationship and the way we treated each other, and like you know, our mental health and how that played a role into things, and you know, really coming to like a better understanding of like, you know, not excusing behavior, but like being like, how do we move forward?
Like reflecting.
Exactly, reflecting, and with all of kind of getting rid of like the pressure of, like, I think for so long I held on for so long because we went through so many difficult things that I was like, we deserve to experience the best of life together. And I like innately feel in my spirit and core that like, and call me Delulu, that I will be like successful and live comfortably and hope, God willing, lavishly, like, and I believe that he has the skills to be successful as long as if we both can get mentally healthy and stable. I believe we both have the skills to be successful, and I wanted it together. But now that we've been apart, you know, we've been apart since November. What is it, August?
Yeah.
That's like, how many months is that? 8 months?
Yeah.
You know, that's a pretty significant amount of time. And so, you know, and it's been a roller coaster. And, you know, don't get me wrong, he has days where he's still been a dick. And, you know, I have days where I've still flipped out. But those have been less and less and far in between. And it was at my twins' birthday party and our going away party where, you know, it was the first, like, party or special event or big day event that, like, we did not argue. We did not fight. Like, he came a few days before, marinated the chicken, came early in the morning. I was already gone at the park. He cooked the chicken, picked up the kids from my mom's, dropped them off, like, stayed, like, you know, pitched in.
Remind me later, that's going to be part of my 3 cheers.
Right? Pitched in the money for it, like, you know, and we were peaceful and we got along. And I finally had the light bulb, like, oh, I was trying to force us to stay together through all the terribleness, even though we needed to leave. And even though he was, you know, treating me like shit, I was still trying to hold on and cling on, like, because I wanted this moment. But I was like, oh, we can have this separate, you know, but still together, which I was sad. Like, it was like almost devastating to be like, wow, we can get along, we can enjoy each other. Like, over the last, like, few months, you know, we're better co-parents, we're better friends. Like, you know, he has a new little girl, you know, thing, which, by the way, she must shout out if you listening to this pod, because apparently he asked me about, you know, our sit down where I disclosed what happened in our marriage. And, you know, he never listened to our pods.
Yeah.
And so he was like, you know, you told in his accent, you know, you told everybody about what happened in our marriage, you know? And I said, you know, it took me a long time to decide to disclose that, but it was important to me. It was blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait, how do you know? And I was like, oh, your new little girlfriend, she been snooping? Like, she must have listened, you know, and then she did a Google research and she found some things, you know, and so I guess, you know, he's been dealing with, I told him, I was like, if we're going to be friends, like, if we're going to be co-parents, you got to be real. Like, you don't need to lie. And so, you know, he's been being more honest. And, you know, he said that one of the challenges is that, you know, his girl, that she is really jealous, and that every time he's seeing the kids, that she assumes that he's just seeing me and that we're fucking. And so,
you know what though? That's a thing.
And
it's a thing that she gonna have to get over.
And that's what I told him, and that's what he told her.
you don't fuck with me then if you think that's the case.
And that's where he's at, because she even told him.
I feel him. That's what I'm saying.
Like, she was like, that's one of my, like, which I get her, because she said it was one of her rules not to date a guy who had children, like, that were under a certain age.
She'll get the fuck out of
here. Young children. That's what he said. But low key, I'm rocking with her because it is true. I mean,
she can go.
But in the sense of, like, there's still probably too much of a freshness with your baby mama, or you have to have too much contact still because the kids are still little. So you hanging out with your kids does require sometimes you're
bringing up somebody else we know.
So I get it.
You get a chance to see that shit live, and it's like, dog.
Well, if you can't handle it, then you shouldn't date someone who has small children.
Yeah, or have even a moment of weakness is whack. Like, that's a whack excuse, because it's like, yo, you fighting something that you truly, like, want.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
Yeah.
Somebody I know that likes fucking dating people that are fresh out of situations. Because now they 2 for 2.
Okay.
They came over in the last, let's say, 6 weeks. Open up the time window. And it was like, yo, I'm about to go talk to this girl that just broke up with her boyfriend 6 weeks ago. I'm like, dog, didn't that just happen with the last one you was with for 5 years?
And what do you expect is going to happen?
But then when I said it to him, he said something where I was like, well, let me shut the fuck up.
Okay.
He was like, let me be a rebound.
Well,
if you know it, I'll let it go. And you know what? It was so much peaceful. So what you're saying is like, yo, I get where she's coming from, but the rules are out the window for this particular person for some reason.
Yeah, and, you know, I guess, you know, she went back and said, never mind the rules. But then, you know...
She gonna listen to this and be mad.
He's about to be so mad at me.
Well, no, he might respect it because it's like because for her, it's validation that, they not really even fucking with each other like that.
No, we're trying to, like, just...
And the fact that you moving, she probably even more chill.
And that's what I told him. I was like, bro, like, just... I'm leaving soon. Like, you know, everything, like, we're probably seeing each other more with the kids because he knows we're leaving soon.
She trying to get more time. She
go.
Younger?
No, she's older.
She got kids?
Grown.
Oh, man, let that shit go.
So, you know.
You got a baby dad already. You've been through this shit. That's probably why she's doing that, though.
You know,
Because it's like, yo, like, I know what it's like. And like I said, she's not all the way wrong, but you can't, like, sign up for something and then complain about it when you know what you're signing up for.
You meant...
Like, when you join the military, it's like, oh, wait, you're going to give me an M16 to practice shoot? You joined the military.
You know?
What are you talking about? We're going to give you a gun.
Yeah, there's certain situations that are going to come up.
You're going to do physical fitness tests. Like, what do you mean I got to do push-ups? Like, fam, that comes in the game. So,
I know. I think it's hard, though, because, like, as women, you know, and maybe this will lead into other things.
No, dudes going to give you that, too. Whatever dude you find is not going to like the fact that he may come through. If you meet your dude in Florida, and what do you mean he's coming to visit?
Yeah, you know what? So,
we asked this when Lex was here at one point, and I was like, yo, how y'all going to react when both y'all get your own situation on the other side?
Yeah, and here we are, you know, and I said that to my ex, to the kids' dad. I was like, look, because I told him, I was like, you know, any woman that you're going to get serious with, and, you know, if you're going to live with them, like, if the kids are going to come visit, whatever it is, like, be thinking about this woman as someone that, you know, you're going to be comfortable with your kids about. And he was like, well, if I don't trust them or I don't want them to be my kids, you know, they can go. And I was like, or they, you know, they won't be around the kids and whatever. But I was like, but still, you want to be thinking of, like, whoever a significant woman relationship in your life, you know, are they going to be comfortable? Are they going to be safe? Are they going to be, like we were saying, remember when you got all mad about the positive influence and you're like, well, this is the first time we talked. Why do I need to be thinking about if I'm going to be a positive influence in your kids' life? And Lex and me were trying to explain to you, like, because I don't want to waste my time. Like, do you remember this conversation?
Yeah.
And so, like,
I got mad right now when you said it.
I knew you
And then
did.
I remembered that I talked to my wife about that shit.
I literally saw your face.
And she was right when she,
and
like,
so,
she agreed with y'all.
And, well, the poll agreed with us.
Yeah,
the people agreed with us.
Oh, now you added to it. Now I remember.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look how easy that was. I was
but
wrong.
You know what? Like,
you see how I got mad again? I was like, oh, well, shit. You brought receipts. I was wrong.
But you know what? On a flip note, you know, we also talked about, like, disclosing to, like, you know, having to disclose to somebody right away if you have kids. And I told him about how when I went on that date with the gentleman, how I didn't tell him that I had kids. And then when I gave him a ride home and he saw the kids' car seats and we just met up for drinks, it was casual, that he told me the next day that, you know, he felt some type of way about me not mentioning I had kids. And so when I had brought that up with my ex, when we were just having, you know, a friendly conversation, he was like, no, you gotta, like, tell, you have to disclose. He was like, I tell women right away, like, I have, you know, I have my wife who I'm still married with, but we're separated, and then we have the kids. He's like, you have to tell people right away. You have to. And so I was like, but, like, then I thought, like, is that manipulation? Like, we were kind of, like, when we talked about, like, I was like, man, like, that doesn't even give me a shot. Like, I got to tell homie, like, I got 3 kids. I got this going on. Like, at least let me get one date off with him so he likes me before I fucking break the news. 6
months have gone by since we've had this conversation, and I would like to change because 6 months has gone by. I'm going to change my answer.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm going to change it to play both sides of the fence.
Okay.
And not be so hard fast on one. I feel like it depends on what you're going after. Obviously, you moving, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, how serious are we going to be?
Exactly.
Do you plan on moving, sir? And like coming to Florida? If not, I'm only here to get some D. You know what I mean?
And guys are so unserious.
Or not even just D. I'm just here to have something to take my mind off of my circumstances right now.
No, literally. Distraction.
Yeah, so I don't need to tell you my social security number, how much I make and shit like that.
You rocking with me,
Karl.
Karl.
Situational, right?
Yeah.
Because if you were planning on staying here, now, do I need to tell somebody that I'm moving? Yes, that comes first.
Oh, yeah, no.
And if I'm someone that you like or whatever, then maybe yes. But I don't think I need to tell you about my kids because, one, I don't trust the society that we live in right now, in which there's too many weirdos.
Yep.
Right? And and sometimes it takes men and women months to flip.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, nah. You good?
Yeah, I was just checking in. I wanted to show you the receipt, and then I saw that my daughter texted me, but she was just giving me a little update earlier.
You gonna read it?
No, it's a photo.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
Okay. I was like, hey, you go hold on to that one.
Sorry. So
I believe him.
Say the last. Say the last thing you said before you asked me if I was good. Because I did get distracted.
No, all I said was like I just feel like it's situational. You know what I mean? Like, or it's depending on the circumstance. Like, I don't feel like date one I need to tell you that I have kids. Like I don't feel like, even if my wife, like if me and my wife broke up, I don't feel like date one she needs to tell a gentleman that she has kids.
Yeah.
Because now you're putting me on. Think of me on the reception side. You put me on red alert. Oh, I'm dating this guy. We've been on a couple of dates or whatever. I told him about our kids and stuff like that, and he wants to meet him. That's fucking weird. I'd be mad. She'd be mad off of that, right? Like, I want you to be, and I can't control what you do. Yeah. I just want you to be absolutely sure before you start having people meet our kids that you really rock with this motherfucker, because that means something to my kid. I was just, give you context, right? Because I'm living this right now, and I'm learning as I go. Not that I have all the answers. Me and my stepson was in the car. We was having a conversation. Right? It was literally about 3 days ago. Okay. And I support his dad. Even when his dad may piss me off or whatever, and when I piss him off, like, we have said to each other when we was getting our shit off, like, yo, I don't say nothing negative about you. We ain't had no problems in a long time, so let me not just throw that like we be having beef. Yeah. We get along really well right now. Yeah. Matter of fact, so well that I was envious because I thought that, like, I was killing it. until I saw a video. You know how they've been calling people, telling them good night or whatever.
Yes.
So one dude called his girl's baby dad and was like, "Hey man, just calling to tell you good night." He's like, "Man, you get the fuck off my phone." But like the fact that you have the gall of doing that, I was like, "Oh, that's another level we haven't achieved yet."
Yeah.
I don't want to call him and tell him good night, but I was like, "That's a funny joke."
That's so funny.
I didn't know
I've seen
motherfuckers
him.
was this cool. But anyway,
I love that.
I was talking to my stepson and I was like, "Yo, man, like, I can't remember like how we got there because he usually asks me random ass questions when I'm half paying attention."
Yeah.
But like, we got on the topic of, look, dog, I'm gonna do whatever I can to support your dad.
Oh.
Right? And like, yo, like if there's something that he absolutely doesn't want you to do, then I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? And there's certain things that you do with your dad that I won't do with you. Like to this day, we've only taken him to get a hair. I've only taken him to go get a haircut one time in 8 years. That's something. I know that's a male bonding thing.
Wow.
You know, your barber that you go to as a dad got
That's real.
full head of hair still.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out the loop. Like, yo,
That's
like
real.
this is a moment for y'all. Like, I don't touch it. So
Cause you're a barber yourself, so you don't even cut it yourself.
I did once when he had
a special
lice.
occasion.
He had lice.
It had to go.
So we had to cut him down. So instead of like just shaving it off or whatever, I tapered it up on the side and everything, lined him up or whatever. His shit grew back, so now he back. But I don't touch it. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a dire need.
Yeah.
But other than that, and the light shit, let me not say it because my wife was like, "Oh, why you say that?" There's some nasty ass kids at school because a kid at school had
exactly.
it. So anyway, like I just tell him like, look, you might be in this situation one day.
Yeah.
Like how do I say this to an 8-year-old?
Yeah.
Like you might get a girlfriend or a wife or something like that or whatever, and have kids with them and you're no longer with them. Like you gotta support them and whoever they with.
Yes.
Or if they go off and they have another relationship or whatever, you need to vet those things out. And if someone is there, work together with them.
Yes.
Instead of saying like, "Hey, nah, fuck that. You a man, do blah, blah, blah." Because part of being a man is also, as I've gotten older, is accepting that sometimes shit ain't gonna go your way and how you react in that moment is critical, right?
Critical.
And also
critical.
like when I look at it from the the glass half empty perspective, I ain't got it all planned out.
No.
You know what I mean? So
Definitely,
like who's to say that my direction or how I'm gonna lead him supersedes his dad's, or like how I lead my daughter supersedes what my wife can do or what he can offer. You know, like I told y'all, I said this, earlier, we was in a jam back in September and in October of last year, right? To where like he picked my daughter up from school.
Yeah.
I asked him.
Yeah.
I think that was the peace offering where we just solidified like, yo, dog, like
we in it together. We can
really put this shit, to the side.
We're unified front when it comes to these kids.
And as a man, I told him in his face, like, yo, I really appreciate you doing that because, like, yo, in that moment, like, we ain't had nobody else to like really help us given the circumstances, right? Yeah. So I was like, yo, man, like, sometimes you just gotta tuck your pride and all that other shit away because there's a greater cause for it. Now, again, I'm sounding fake about it because, like I said, I ain't ready for certain shit.
Well, I'm not going to leave you out there to dry because, I've been having all this reunification, but there has been one person in particular where I've been, and, they've really been on my mind and my heart, and I've been like, should I reach out? Should I check in? Should I, because I'm on my rounds, but I'm just not ready. And I feel more peaceful. And I'm even willing to accept going all the way, to Florida and moving on with my life without having, a final conversation. So
yeah, because some reconciliation still comes with bullshit.
And I'm not trying to hear no bullshit.
Because I give you one example to kind of even feed along to what you saying, as I shouldn't, right? Because I'm supposed to help you be better.
We not making each other better right now.
Well,
but we can have a minute because we're leaving each other too. So let us have a minute.
But there's certain things that like I just don't give a fuck about fixing because I was like, yo, like I know that the situation isn't changed.
It ain't.
You get what I'm saying? Like it might be better. Like y'all might be doing better in certain aspects.
Yeah.
But like the situation, like there's uncontrollables that we just can't change, and I'm just not signing the fuck up for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's certain situations that are lifetime.
Yeah, and I also, me, like I don't know what it is, but I really do consider myself like a very loyal friend, and I also really value like loyalty, and sometimes like I'm just like, I'm not gonna I cannot overlook how, not even like maybe necessarily what happened, because I would like to think, even though like I just said I'm the block queen and I'm stubborn, I'm also very reasonable, especially once I calm down. You know, sometimes I get a little wild, but then once I come down, I'm very reflective. I'm always trying to be, especially because I'm very, very self-critical. I'm always trying to think how I could be better, how to handle situations better, how to respond better, etc. But when I peep or recognize, whether it's a trend or just how you made certain moves or you went about things or you handled things, how you communicated those things to others, how you represented me to others, how you just really showed me where I stood with you. And I can forgive you, and I can love you, and I can want the best for you, and I can genuinely mean it, and I can pray for you. But can I allow you back in my life? No. And am I even really wanting to have a conversation? I guess maybe not. I'm still praying on it. You know, I still want to be better. But I just don't know if I can allow space for someone to and really hurt me again that way. And, you know, after I feel like I really was there for this person for a significant amount of time, and not like in a tit for tat type of way, just for like, damn, like I thought we was peoples. And then you kind of showed me we wasn't.
I'm gonna close it on this, and to your point, for me, that's how I feel about my neighbor right now. Right? And I cut off because I was going. If I didn't cut that shit out, like when we was having our spat 2 weeks ago, this would have sounded crazier, even adding it to the mix. Okay. But like my neighbor, once it's up, it's up.
What?
Like now, did I ever tell that story? Long story less long.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was doing some shit that was like fucking around with my wife's business, and I was like, yo, dog, like there's a few things I don't play with, and that's like my religion, my ability to make money, and my family. Those are the top 3 things
and
that I'm
fucking with too, low-key.
And we talking about the golf ball shit. You fucking with my family, so that's the shit that I'm gonna get out of pocket for, right? Especially if it's unwarranted. Long story less long. I ain't talked to bro in like 4 or 5 months. We see each other damn near every other week. I mean, every other day.
This is your neighbor?
Yeah. But like, if bro ever apologized to me, like I accept your apology and shit, but I'll never fuck with you.
Yes.
You've already shown me like what your character trait is,
what you're capable of,
and that just don't match up with me. I don't respect you as a man. That's what I'm getting. If I don't respect you as a man no more, and you can't do what we perceive to be man shit, then I can move the fuck on. Yeah. It's not a big deal to me no more, because it's like, even if I play games, if I joke or I do something, if I'm fucking legitimately wrong, I can apologize for my shit and try to get better. But if you're not trying to apologize and improve, you know, the relationship and shit like that, what the fuck do I give a fuck for then? In the moment, because the moment is past. And if you let too much time go by, and you was clearly like in this shit, like he was going out and talking to like the parents that were doing drop-offs at our house.
That's so weird.
And I'm like, dog, they don't live here. I do.
Yeah.
But you being like cool with me in my face or whatever, but then when like they ring the doorbell and shit, like they like, yo, what's up with bro?
Yeah.
And so like I let that shit go for a year.
That's crazy.
He kept doing it.
That's weird.
But then the shit that he was complaining about, he did it. And it was like, yo, you don't get to move the goalpost because we do it every day, but you do it only a couple of times a week, and you don't say nothing to the motherfucker that lives next door to you who does it every day too, because y'all of the same ethnicity.
But now it's a problem.
Yeah, but when the black dudes do it in this neighborhood or whatever, it's a little different. I ain't gonna say what ethnicity is.
Yeah, I believe it.
But I said it to his face.
Yeah.
And he sat there and he looked at me. He ain't fuck with me ever since. Because when he started thinking about it, it was like, well, maybe I am, like you said with your son. Maybe I am showing some kind of unconscious bias that I don't fucking know about.
Yeah.
And that's cool. Again, I won't fuck with you off of that reason. right? So I say that in general. It's like, yo, once you get a chance to show me who you are, I gotta peep you from afar to see if shit changes for a while.
You know what? And at least you got that, and that's actually not bad because, you know, I know that, like, one thing about me, I used to think, like, once I felt like somebody showed me their worst, or, like, or showed me what they're capable of, I'm like, oh, now I know what you're capable of. But then, I dated this lawyer for a while, and he worked in, like, the justice field, and he always said, like, you know, I try not, or that he did not judge people off of the worst things they've ever done. You know, that people should have growth. And so, you know, I feel like the combination of, like, you know, like, I peeped what you're capable of, and I don't know if I can, I'm pretty sure I can't fuck with you again. And if not anything, I need to at least step all the way back over here and let time and space happen to decide and determine if I'm willing to see if I'm ready to fuck with you again. And, you know, and with all that being said, you know, all the other people that are, you know, your neighbor and my people, like, who decide they don't fuck with me, like, they also might not give a fuck and be like, we don't fuck with you and we don't care to have a conversation with you.
When I said it to him, I said, I won't fuck with you no more. He's like, I don't fuck with you either.
See,
I'm like,
exactly.
All right, we cool.
Exactly. So, you know, I'm saying all that.
Beat you up for that.
You know, exactly. I'm not like egotistic.
We just two motherfuckers that don't fuck with each other. Cool.
Exactly.
I'm fine.
And I remember that, like, because I don't, like, I'm like.
He saw my worst that day.
Exactly.
Hey, he probably like, I ain't fucking with him. He a loose cannon like that. That's fair.
And I think about, like, my people who have seen the worst of me. Like, that bitch is crazy, or she's this, or she's that, or she, you know. So I'm like, it's fair. Like, I'm over here in my feelings, and I'm over here like, I don't fuck with you, but you maybe you don't fuck with me. A 1-star
relationship with me on this side, it might be 5 stars for you on this side. I'm cool with that. Like that's the part where, yo,
you do say that.
Like, normalize hate.
No, okay. You sound like Jonah.
I'm fucking with you.
You hella sound like Jonah.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. Fucking with you. Oh my god. All right, let's get to this episode finally. But we was vibing so much, man. That shit was fun. We ain't gonna be here too long. All right, man. Damn, we been here so long that the applause don't work. They're like, yo, dog. Yeah. We ain't been doing nothing.
Just talking to talk.
But this is all a J episode, right? So like
why?
Because I found this shit. Like, I forgot that I even found this shit till I opened my shit up on today because we took a week off.
Well, good. I still got a fun, spicy story. I'm glad that it's deeper into the pod.
Florida woman arrested after spinning.
I can't stand you.
Florida woman is crazy.
Dude, that's
just like Florida man.
Dude.
Florida woman arrested after spending the $400,000 her job accidentally overpaid her.
Oh.
A Florida horse clinic mistakenly paid a receptionist with a veterinary's check. Now the $60,000 a year employee stands accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They paid her.
Yeah, okay, hold up. That's where I knew we was gonna get there. Jessica Arura, 29, F. Wellington, was arrested on June 27th.
Free Jessica!
After allegedly pocketing more than $400,000 of someone else's salary. While she allegedly admitted she knew she was being overpaid, she said she thought the extra cash was a bonus.
Hell yeah.
For her work as a receptionist.
Makes sense to me.
Look how petty they are when they wrote this, that her work as a receptionist.
Makes sense to me.
According to the police report, she allegedly did not report the overpayment to the clinic.
Why would I?
Instead, spending the money at stores like Coach, Michael Kors, furniture shops, and restaurants, according to the report. Thousands of dollars were sent through Zelle to a person nicknamed Mama Dukes. While $80,000 was used to buy
your mom.
Hey, look at it. She was really in her
80
back.
G's for what?
$80,000 was used to buy a food truck for a friend of her mother's.
Look at her invested in the community.
This is where she gonna get you right now. This is the one. Jessica said she also sent money to people in Argentina, where she's originally from, to build a house.
Exactly.
What do y'all think about this? Now look, Jessica's wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that I'm above spending a little enough to where I'll be like, yo, this is advance. I'm gonna have to pay it back eventually. I'm with you, Jay. I ain't spending the whole $400K. Do I feel like she need to go to jail for this? Nah, because I'm trying to think in my right mind, how many motherfuckers be like, hey, yo, y'all overpaid me by $360,000.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Why you laughing?
Because you
already know
on bullshit, man.
I'm not.
And I'm 25% with you. 25% of it I'm spending. Go ahead.
Right the fuck
Let's hear it.
now. And you know what? Okay, maybe I shouldn't say it. This is low-key jokes for future employees because I'm not a thief. But
I'm not a thief.
I guarantee you, especially if it's like a bigger corporation or whatever, I don't even know. If you, not like, you're a small business or something, but if you if you overpay me, I'm not saying shit. And I promise you, I'm running to spend that money or get it out of the account as fast as possible before you come and get it back. Call me Jessica. My name's Jasenia. Call me Yesenia.
Yeah.
Because and you know what? She's doing exactly what I would have done. She was investing in the community.
I would have went back to Argentina. I would never. I'm 400K in Argentina.
I'm taking the money back.
That's probably like close to like 1.8 million. You'd be cool.
What do you mean? You made an error and now again, and
if I came to America with opportunity, I got it.
All I gotta say is, why do I have to be held responsible for your clerical error?
Yeah.
I didn't know that wasn't for me.
400,000 and 60,000. Somebody fucked up.
I don't exactly, but how do I know that?
They definitely fired the other person.
I'm just saying.
They fired the person who did it.
I'm just saying. I would have thought maybe, bonus. I would have not asked a single question.
No.
And
are you sure this is right? That's some white people shit.
I would have not.
White people in there.
I probably would have quit.
Tom, you overpaid us. You know that, right?
I probably would have quit, Carl.
I told you, I'm going back to Argentina.
I don't know if I would have left.
She is wrong. Do I feel like she needs to go to jail?
Wrong?
Because technically
why?
Technically speaking.
Technically, why?
You're supposed to tell them. You're supposed to.
Says where?
But
is that in a contract?
When it's not, because
do we sign that somewhere?
Life contract.
Oh, like morally?
Yeah. Like the Lord would say.
The
Lord would tell you.
You ever really been poor?
Not like that. But no, I'm serious. I'm spending 25%. I know it's wrong.
I don't think it's wrong.
Okay, no, because you're not. Because I've done this. You just wasn't on the pod when this happened.
You got more money?
I found somebody got fired off of this shit for sure.
Okay, what happened?
But the only reason why I took it, and I had said this on the pod, so new listeners, if you never heard the story, then
I must have missed
old
this
listeners, y'all be like, oh shit, he did do that.
Okay, what happened?
Somebody dropped $800 in Home Depot once.
Oh.
Now I know it was a contractor that got money from the boss probably to go pick up some supplies or whatever.
But
and
you
they
found it
cash.
and you saw it fall?
Yes, but there was 2 other Latino dudes that was there. And I'm not saying that because like, oh, they do more other things, right?
Yeah.
But there was just 2 other dudes, let's just say that. 2 other dudes that was there and they saw the money blowing on the floor like I did.
But you guys saw the money and nobody was around.
We looked at each other.
You all were kind of same proximity from the blowing money.
We was all waiting for somebody to make a move.
I'm running.
And he made a move and he stepped that foot on there.
Oh, I would have.
And I watched him put that shit in his pocket. I had like 5 bills in front of me and his homie didn't grab any. So I gave his homie 200.
Oh, see, that's...
Because if I implicate all of us, then we all get in trouble.
I can't stand
that shit was 3 years ago. 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And I put that shit in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I was like, somebody got fired today. Like you know it's wrong. Like that's what I'm saying. And that because it's happened to me.
I've had
Also, I've lost my shit too.
I was just gonna say I had my whole. I helped a girl throwing up one time at a party in college. Stupid. Had my rent money in my purse. Left my purse under my seat.
That shit gone.
And it was gone.
Yeah.
It was when I lived up north when I was in the Central Valley.
Now, like I said, white people shit though, because last week at the golf course, there was a girl, the little cart girl was going around, and she's like, "Oh, I might get fired today. I dropped my little money pallet thing."
Damn.
And I'm like, "Damn." But see, now when you meet the person, it hurt. And I was like, you know what though? We in a wide enough area to where
somebody returned it.
She gonna get this shit back.
She'll be all right.
So an hour later, she came back. And she was like, yo, somebody turned it in. And I was like, cool.
Goodness.
So it's like, I can't meet the person who I'm hurting. Because then I'm going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my mind, it was at some rich white lady house when I took that 600 or whatever. She'll need it. Like, and the other guy, he don't get no paperwork on his job anyway. He just go find another homie and go work with him, No harm, no foul. He gonna find a job.
Sometimes a come up is a come up.
Yeah.
Sometimes a come up is a come up.
So I ain't mad at old girl for taking the $400. I would have just left though. I'm not staying in America because like that's the other thing. Like she wasn't thinking because like if they depositing that shit in your account, Like that shit there. I would have just went back to Argentina.
Man, I didn't know you would go to jail. I'm spending that money.
I didn't know you would go to jail for that. Well, you know what? Because of the amount.
But you know what? That does make sense because, like, you know, when
it's Florida. I've told you about that. You gotta
be careful. But like when you receive like, you know, benefits from the state, they do tell you that like if you receive too much, you are supposed to tell them, and you are or like I know that like one time I received too many, like a few maybe years ago. Somehow they overpaid me in SNAP.
They give you
and
less,
food
huh?
stamps. They said that I could either, and then I got like a letter like almost, I don't even know, a year later that was like, we accidentally overpaid you. You need to pay us back. And it was almost like $800 or something. And I was like, the fuck?
Taxes be doing that too.
Or the stipulation was we can reduce your SNAP over time and pay us back basically.
Right.
I was like, oh, you better take it out of that SNAP.
Yeah.
You reduce it over time.
Make it work.
I ain't paying no $8.55 in cash right now.
Yeah.
The hell? But so I guess it is wrong. But when you're in the struggle,
it is. Nobody gonna do the right thing. Shit, everybody's struggling. Even rich white men still. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's human nature what we talking about. And I just look, if you fuck up, it's the paper trail though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Direct deposit, I'm not fucking with direct deposit.
Yeah.
You gave me cash, I'm off. And they're off.
I'm to the race.
I'm out of here, boy.
You know, catch me where you get, motherfucker.
I'm out of here. Random shit to fill in time.
Okay.
Do I have anything random that I want to talk about? Not necessarily. Fun facts.
Okay.
Then I'll let you get your story off.
Okay.
Penguins propose to each other with pebbles.
Oh yeah, I've heard this.
Males present females with a pebble as a proposal. If the female accepts the pebble, it signifies their bond and they become a couple, building a nest together. This pebble isn't just any stone; it's carefully chosen, smooth pebble that the male often spends time searching for. That shit's crazy.
That's so sweet.
In the spirit of rings, because that got me on to the next thing, De Beers Company is known for using extensive marketing campaigns picturing elaborate celebrity rings. This resulted in a massive uptick in sales for diamond engagement rings. Their marketing campaigns are some of the most iconic in the jewelry business to this day. While many believe celebrities are the cause of engagement rings becoming a focal point, it was actually a single marketing campaign from the 1940s. In 1947, De Beers created a marketing campaign with the slogan, "A diamond is forever." This strategic phase made diamonds the number one choice for a center stone on an engagement ring.
It's crazy.
Before then, rings were made out of like leather. They were made out of like feathers and stuff like that, like sustainable material, like materials that were only sustainable for an amount of time. But like the fact that diamonds, you know, can pretty much be clean, polished, and they can you know, withstand like all the earth stuff. That's what makes them the most popular. But I thought that was crazy because a lot of things in the 1940s and around 1920s and 30s, when they started really campaigning what a wedding should look like, it's crazy. We're only 100 years into like these big fabulous weddings. That wasn't the case before back in the day. You probably get married on a Sunday, step over a broom, and then drink, and then that was it. You know,
I worked in event planning. I've worked on weddings in various different roles, whether it's literally like planning, day of planner, caterer, on-site staff, you know, and when I'm working with clients and especially with weddings, like we try to encourage, like, you know, you can do whatever you want for a wedding. Right. Like, but there's this idea of like how it's supposed to be. And I'm like, this is all ceremonial and a lot of it is tradition, but also this is all very young. You could have your reception before your ceremony if you wanted. You can do anything. And people get so wrapped up in like, I guess, tradition or how they think sometimes things have been. And sometimes when you look at the bigger picture, you're like, it ain't even been like this long. And really, you can really do it any way you want.
I never thought to ask you this until right now.
Yeah.
Outside of the back end of your marriage.
Yeah.
Was there ever a part of you that wish you got married younger? Ever? Even before being married? Like, damn, like, because how long you been, like, married on paper?
Let's see, maybe 5 years.
So then
4 years,
and
5
you'll be,
years.
What,
Yeah.
30, you're 36 right now.
Yeah.
So at 31, did
Yeah.
you ever wish you like, damn, I wish I got married earlier, or do you feel like you got married at the right time?
I don't think I got married at the right time. No, I didn't feel like I should.
Not terms of circumstance of where you're at in life.
No.
In terms of like, perfect example. What would you tell your daughter, or what do you tell your daughter about getting married?
Oh yeah, I have a different lens. Yeah, I never thought I wanted to be married before. I never really wanted to be married. I didn't really see I didn't have examples of healthy marriages.
Yes.
I think what I saw, almost all my friends around me were married or had significant partners, and I was raising my daughter on my own. So I definitely envied the, having two people to help handle, a child and all the responsibility, and then, the income that that comes with having another person too in the household. But I never saw myself as a wife. I think that's also why when I went from having one child to being a wife and then having 3 children, and even, having those early conversations with my husband and him, saying, okay, if we are going to have small children again, which we both didn't plan on having kids after we got married, we thought about having a termination until I found out I had the twins. It did take him time to come around. And it was, the understanding and the agreement we came to was he'll work and he'll provide, and I will be a homemaker and stay at home. And, I said yes to that, not understanding what the fuck that really entailed, how much work that really is, and to be 1,000%, that's the shitty end of the stick sometimes.
What part of you,
for me and my personality and what I want to do, and just honestly not
what made you say
understanding.
yes to get married then?
Well, me and my husband, first, I really loved him. I fell in love with him. And, and when I had my little heartbroken moments and, when we had conversations, especially because, of the infidelities, I was like, did you ever really love me? Was I just another one of your bitches?
But not even on his side, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying on your side, because it sounds like you never really truly believed in getting married.
No, yeah, I
and
didn't.
What changed your belief?
No. What it was is I didn't see the value in it. And so, but I really...
Where was the value for you?
So, exactly. So, one, I really loved him, and he really loved me. And so that was I had never felt that before. And I had never had somebody come into my life and, want to help me and teach me.
Oh, so that was enough for you to say,
support.
okay, whatever I valued.
So that got me open to being I'm experienced. But what did it was that we were both entrepreneurs and we wanted to go in business. And there were businesses and things that we wanted to do, and we needed him to be documented. And so, honestly, that's what it came down to, because he also didn't want to get married again. He had already been married. So he had no intention on being married again. We fell in love fast. We fell in love hard. And then we had these grand, we were going to have this shipping business from Turkey to here, shipping wholesale items and bulk. And, so we were going to be like a plug and shipping, mass orders of things that you can get in Turkey from cheap over here from the connections we have, and vice versa. They don't have power wheels in Turkey. So I was working on trying to find a 100 unit haul of power wheels to ship to Turkey, and researching the ships and, renting the, so we got married because it was it was strategic.
Right.
But then, we first, if we didn't really love each other, we would have never gotten there. But it was the business that would solidified it for us.
That's the thing too, because
that made it make sense. I put the value.
And what you're talking to is why I was talking to my boy the other day, and he was like, "I just don't see the benefit in doing so." And I was like, "I understand."
So exactly, we loved each other, but the benefit was we were thinking about business things.
They got kids and shit, and I mean, and they live together and everything. But for
I don't know.
I think that we're starting to see more people like you and him, and even me, understanding or even participating in the idea of, you don't need to be married to be successful, or to say you have a good relationship. I think it matters what your partner thinks. My wife, I would ask her in passing, being funny, like, "Yo, what if we never got married?" She's like, "No, I'm going," right? Because
Yeah.
like her ideal end goal was to get married. I didn't get married with my wife because she wanted to.
Yeah.
I got married with her. Well, I guess it's the most honest I could be. She probably even turning the fucking thing up right now. But like at the beginning, there was a part of me. I said I always told myself I only do. This
What's
shit
the value in marriage for you then? Or yeah, so
being one. There's a financial benefit.
Absolutely.
Being able to split everything, even the fact that we have
why we stayed together for so long. The main
yeah,
reason.
like there's a financial benefit.
Why most people
there's no
stay
benefit
together.
like from taxes that I necessarily see. You get more benefit
No,
in
just
California.
carrying the load together.
Yeah, just carrying the load together. Showing her that I can commit to her, right?
Huge.
Like I think who I am, post being married versus who I was like prior to us getting married, you know what I mean? Even just like months before, like completely different person.
Absolutely.
And I told her recently, I was like, yo, the person I am now, like we had to go through what we had to go through for my eyes to be open.
Absolutely.
I was telling her over the week, I was like, I'm oversharing again because we only have so many pods left.
Right.
Like, I don't feel like you're attracted to me no more. I was
Really?
I was joking.
Oh,
Right.
It didn't come from any like real place of little insecurity, or
No.
you were just literally just teasing her.
No, it was more so we stuck in the loop and capacity, right? And
Don't get stuck in that monotony.
my capacity, and it's just right now because the plumbing shit happened, and I spent like on hand cash for that shit. Usually people do like insurance for that shit, but it was just like being stuck in the loop and doing certain things. But then she even said to me like I felt the same way that like you was doing the same thing. And I'm like, nah, but I don't want to be with nobody else.
No.
And I'm at the age now where I start looking at like I'm looking at relationships and even just fucking around in a completely different fashion.
Yeah.
Where like you think about that CEO from Astronomer that got caught up at the Coldplay concert dancing with old girl. Like, dog, that shit ain't worth it.
But what I will say, like, even thinking about them and even thinking about what you're talking about is like, and what I've been kind of on a tip lately is that even in the monotony and the struggle and the, when it's like, we don't have the time, we don't have the finance, we don't have whatever it is to, keep the romance or to show like that we really are attracted to each other or to prioritize dating. Like, I'm realizing more and more, like, and I was even expressing this to certain men, like, it's not even about like the grandiose or the money or, it's about prioritizing finding those moments to be romantic with your partner because, especially in the chaos of raising children. Because, our children only spend about a third of their lives with us, really. It's really short, which is a whole nother conversation we can get into next week. We don't have a lot of time with our kids. And God willing, we have so much time with our spouse. And if we don't prioritize, making, whether it's, a quickie or a little 5-minute conversation on the phone or just something to make each other feel some type of way in the chaos and the thick of it, I think that like it can go longer and longer. And, and then you hear people who have like, what is it called when the kids leave the empty nest and they're like, oh, okay, well, here we are without these kids, and I'm not even talking about you and wifey. I'm just talking like in general, no, but I really like think that like I really encourage like because I know a lot of couples where we're all like that are in the thick of it with their kids, and it's like we're just trying to hang on, and or and not even like they love each other, not even like bad relationships, just literally going through life and trying to manage all of life's people while raising little people. And it's like, nah, like I know in my next relationship, that's something that I want to make sure that like I really try to do is like keep a little bit of something in a little fire and trying to find those moments, because if not, I don't know. It's not as like it stops being as fun, and it's like we liked each other because there was an attraction, and there was a this, and there was a that, and now we're just
That's the problem with real life. You know what I mean?
Now we're just like
and let me not say that because she did like randomly like last Sunday when you was like, oh, I ain't gonna make it. I don't even think I told you. I was like, yo, we went to the Angels game. We went to L.A. or Orange County. So it was and she brought it up, right? So it's like,
she initiated that.
And I was dead tired. I was like, yo, I don't really want to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot. It was hot out there sitting in the sun. But I'm glad we went. Like, ran into some guys. The kids was like, yo, we had a great time. Like, we broke it up, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not,
important.
And I wasn't saying, like, we ain't got no issues. It was just that you get stuck.
And that's what I mean, though.
Like, Tuesday, or like Monday, golf practice.
Exact.
Tuesday, baseball. Wednesday, golf again. Thursday, that. Friday, we don't want to do too much shit because I want to do something on Saturday. And then Sunday here, make sure I'm here for the pod. That's why... Even with this pod, like ending, I ain't really mad.
Yeah, well, you're getting all that time back.
A dude hit me up who I don't really fuck with.
Oh, I already
during the week.
You know how much? I think I know exactly what you're talking about, and the way we are so. We're real life friends. Because I know who you're talking about.
Even if I'm not on the up and up with other people.
Even if I don't know who you're talking about.
Here's my point. You're going to know what I'm saying. And some other people who's listening going to know what I'm saying.
I already know.
Just because I'm not on the up and up with certain people don't mean that I'm going to fuck with you because you like the fact that they gone. Like, that's real nasty to me. You know what I mean? Somebody hit me up talking about, hey, let's come do the pod. I'm like, dog, like, you really ain't even been listening to our shit because you would know, like... Like, we about to end soon.
Yeah.
So, like, you trying to promote some shit right now, and it's like, but I know why you doing that right now. You wouldn't hit me up when certain, members was here.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation about shit, but you hit me up on some weird shit right now. Like, I don't even like that, right? I was like, yo, that's fucking weird. Right, but it's like, and no, I'm not ending my 10-year or almost 10-year hurrah with you. And I knew that some of the shit that you said behind closed doors, you whacked to me.
Yeah.
So I let that shit go. Right, but I just look at it like, yo, I forgot how I even got there, but it is what it is.
Oh, that's funny.
I forgot. But that did happen. That did happen. I forgot what the point. I had a point that I was gonna make, and I definitely lost it.
And I was really riding it out with you.
Yeah, we were talking about like that in the relationship shit. Ending the pod.
Yeah.
And so like now like I want to know what it's like to have Sunday evenings to watch Sunday night football.
Yeah.
I want to know what it's like to like lay down in my bed at 7:00 and know that's how I knew I was ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I started thinking about like what I can do on these Sundays.
Or even like Sunday date nights or Sunday day dates, drop the kids off, when your stepson's with his dad and, Corey or your daughter's here with the grandparents or all the kids are with the grandparents. Going out, just golfing by yourselves or going to have a picnic or going to grab a beer or, and even like you've had this dedicated time to the pod. So even like dedicating a one specific Sunday or two, like on the calendar in the planner for just the two of you, like
that significantly changes my schedule. Like
you
most
have
of
all
his
this
shit,
time.
like most travel ball shit, like championships are held on Sundays.
Yeah.
Unless it's a holiday weekend.
Yeah.
But even then, like
you gotta carve it
get
in.
out there at 11. Like if I get out of a game, a game at 1 or 2. In the summertime next year, Lord willing, you let me see another one.
Yes.
Right. I'm out at 2:00. I can get out there and still play. I can go play with her.
Yeah.
We can add Sunday to her schedule. That frees up one of my days during the week. So like that. Oh, that's how I got there. Cause they asked me like, "Yo, well, what's the reason why you done?" I said, "I'm tired." Yeah. And he was like, "Yo, I feel it," but I was like, "Yeah, man." But like when I thought about it as a whole, and then even if when you hit me about what you did, and it's like, "Oh, what you want to do for the last one?" It was like, I don't even got to do that. Like right now, I just want to like end out in a peaceful note. I was thinking about ways of adding Star or Cease and potentially even thinking about Lex, and I was like, I don't bother them. And the reason why I want to bother them is because like for the last with Lex last 6-7 months, he's been doing whatever he's doing. He's good.
Yeah.
With Cease, like I talk to him, I see him. He's actually back in my office right now.
Really?
Yeah, he's good.
Tell him I said hi.
Absolutely, he's good. You know what I mean? Star, I saw her on her birthday or whatever, and like seeing that, like people who I've had these experiences with, and like being there, it's like me inviting them here to me comes across as I'm either doing it for the fans or for myself, but I know where they're at. You know what I mean? Not so much Lex, but at least, you know, Star and Cease.
Yeah.
Like I know where they're at. Like this was a time in their life, and the information is there. We got it. It's all in this box and everything. Like that was a moment, but we not like CBS. You know what I mean? Or First Take. And I was like, I want to go off. I want to go off on our own terms in a way that I think is going to be beautiful, where I can end an episode and say, yo, Cease is doing this, and Star is doing that, and Jay's doing this, and then so forth. So it's like, I like that. Like, I like the not the to be continued. The end of the movie where you freeze frame it and then you read off what happened. We don't need the group to come together.
Have you been thinking? I've been thinking about what final remarks. What we have 2 more episodes left.
2 more.
I have been thinking about like what final remarks or last little things that I want to make sure that I say. Have you thought about it?
Nah.
I don't want you to say no, but you haven't given any thought to it.
Nah, but I'm thankful too. Here, let's do this because it's late anyway, and I'm going to get you with the 3 cheers and we get up out of here.
Okay.
In terms of that too. Shit, I thought it was going to hit me with the hand claps. 3 cheers. Maybe.
We might get there. Look at this little
probably
guy.
not. Probably not. He won again. That boy
There we go.
He's like the Tiger Woods of this generation.
Really?
He's really good. I'm gonna give it 3 cheers to your people, your mom specifically.
Really?
It's a weird one, I know. Look at your face. And now wait till I say what I gotta say. I'm glad you didn't cry all episode. Maybe now. Who knows?
I'm shook.
So your mom, I go to your going away / birthday party, right?
You talked to my mom there?
She talked to me, and I think she recognized me because your mom probably like follows you on Instagram or something.
And I don't know, maybe Facebook or something.
Somebody
maybe
either
not.
showed her a video of us because
I'm sure she's
all
seen
your
the
people
pod.
was looking at me like, "Yo, we seen this motherfucker.
they knew
We know
who
who."
you was?
Yeah. They was, and a few of them started following our page. I noticed.
Okay.
Right after, I'm like, "Oh, y'all following at the wrong time. We about to be out of here. Y'all gonna look at our old shit."
I told you, look. In 6 months, I'll call you and maybe
This shit
we'll
gonna
go
be sold. We
virtual.
gonna have to go ahead. We gotta get the little clip. I told my mom I'm cleaning up the house
Keep
August
one
1st.
mic.
I'm cleaning this room August 1st.
I feel like we're going to go virtual. Go ahead.
But your mom stops and she looks at me and then she double takes.
Yeah.
And then she walks and then she comes back around and she's like, "Hey, I'm Jay's mom," right? She shakes my hand and everything. And I was like, "Hey, nice to meet you."
Yeah.
She was like, "Yeah." And like, I could just tell.
You guys never met when we were in high school?
Maybe.
Okay.
But like, me and her remembering that is going. The stars would have to align. So she's like, "You know what? It's just nice that we all here together right now."
Oh.
And I said, absolutely. I knew. Right when she said that, I was like,
what does that mean?
What it meant to me was, let her get her shit off because this has been on her heart all day. Because you touched on it a little bit.
Yeah.
What you touched on was like, yo, like my kid's dad came. He did all these things. We was able to like get here, not fight.
Even
Your
my
mom said the same exact thing though.
Really?
She was like, yo, it's good that we can all be here for once in the same space and not have any issues and have a day like this go by.
Amen.
She's like, and I was like, yo, sometimes that's a real thing. Like, sometimes it's tough. And she said it, and it was like a moment like in the movie where like somebody come and say some shit to you or whatever, and you like. And then I watched her for like another 5 or 6 minutes after that. Yeah. I noticed your sister too, and I started doing the math. Like, your sister got to be close to 30 now.
I think she'll be 29. Yeah, I think she'll be 30 this year.
Yeah, so I sit there and she looks exactly the same. I was telling my wife, I was like, she looks exactly the same she did when we was in high school. I haven't seen Jay's sister since we was in high school.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like I love that for y'all.
And full disclosure, that's who I was talking about earlier, my family member that I hadn't talked to in a while.
Yeah, she was moving. She was shaking and moving there. You know what I mean? And I was like, I was looking around. I was doing a lot of observing. I like to people watch.
I was wondering. I was like a fucking.
I played wall ball with my stepson for a little bit, and after that, I sat on the bench and I was like, "Let me just watch her family."
I felt bad that I didn't like have enough time with, and I told him
I would have been mad if you would have came and talked to me
because but I wanted. I was trying to.
I see you every Sunday. I needed to see you in your element. I had to I had to judge your family and your dynamics in terms of like positivity because I know the information you've been saying. I was like, based off of what she's saying. So this is all right.
Everybody was, you know what? You're right.
She's like, Karl, do you want to eat? No. My spirit is full.
Everybody was on. It was a good day. Everybody was on the. And, you know, we're not all like, we have a lot of trauma and a lot of forgiving and a lot of things to work through.
I didn't even talk to your kid's dad. He saw me. He's like, I know who that is. I don't even want to save face right now. I said, nah, do your thing over there.
I should have introduced y'all.
No.
Damn it. I was having to introduce y'all.
He looked at me. He's like, I choose peace today. He was like, I'm about to lay my ass down for a little bit.
You know
I've been out here working all day. And I was like, yo, go ahead, you. I like that. Be you. Authentically. Don't hit me with the fake, oh, hey, with the blah, blah. Your mom hit me with the real be you. Like, she's like, look, I got to tell somebody this. And this is the one motherfucker I know my daughter be having, like, real conversations with that, you know what? He seems cool.
The fact that she went over and disclosed that to you, I'm just so glad we could all,
I was like, yo, like, bless her heart. That meant something for her, man. Like,
no, it could have been a different way.
Yeah.
And
she was letting me know, I'm not above it.
You're not the only person who told me about observations of my mother.
But even talking to her, she looked like you in the face.
You think? I look like my daddy.
No. You have like
we all resemble each other.
No, but even and her voice is yours.
We all have that little.
She's
rasp.
like, yeah, we get this all the time, and I was like, yeah.
We do.
She's like, we're just all. Your sister now doesn't. Your sister does favor your mom a little bit.
Yes.
But like y'all with the voice and everything, like if she got on the phone,
no, literally,
I'd just be like, oh, you know.
My grandfather never knows. He's like, Jasenia, Janae. Denise.
Yeah.
Like, even my daughter, as she gets older. Yeah, I appreciate that, honestly, Karl. It was a good day, and we were all nervous, you know, and you know, fuck it. We really is going out because, you know, I wasn't sure if I was going to invite my mom and sister, and I know people are probably like, what the fuck? That sounds wild, but, you know, there's been a lot of heartache and a lot of frustration, and I really just wanted peace. I wanted to enjoy the day. I didn't want anyone to feel like they were walking on eggshells. I didn't want to walk on eggshells. I didn't know, like, so much time had gone by. I didn't know if this was the appropriate setting for reunification. I didn't want to make it seem like, well, I'm only talking to you now because I'm having a party. But then I also was like, I didn't want to feel like, I also didn't want my family to feel like I was being petty and that I wasn't inviting them because I was trying to use a power move or be mean, when really I was just trying to protect my peace. But, you know, I really sat with it. I prayed about it. I talked to my close counsel about it. And ultimately, I was just like, you know, my mom and sister, like, you know, they love my kids. They deserve to spend, you know, their birthday with them. And, like, I think that I've done enough work on myself. And I know that, you know, I trust them that we can try to at least, you know, appease. And to keep it a buck, you know, the party was on Saturday. I sent the text to my mom on a Wednesday. And, you know, and we said, like, you know, we don't need to talk too much.
Right.
If you notice, if you're observing, you probably saw us in our own little worlds, you know, or, you know,
all three of y'all was doing something
exactly. But, you know, when it came to cutting the cake and having to put the candles on and the moments where we had to interact, there was no hesitation. We all just did what we needed to do. And, you know, someone asked to take a picture of the three of us. It was crazy. We were like, is this a setup? You know, we all hadn't even like touched or hugged or been that close to each other in so long. And so, you know, I was appreciative and that we could all set it aside and, you know, and hopefully, you know, it will be the bridge to having those more difficult conversations and being able to have forgiveness. That's something I really need to work on, is being able to give forgiveness and then also, you know, receive it as well. So
I'm gonna live through you.
No, man. I've been a shit show for so long. I'm finally trying to.
I'm trying to get into my shit showness.
I'm trying to fucking be a mature adult. I never knew how to. Nobody taught me nothing. I didn't know how to do anything, especially handle relationships.
Jay taught me how to cut you motherfuckers off.
Cut them off. Black Queen still deep in
us. Yin and yang. We ain't on the same page. Fuck that. I'm telling you. Look, what did I do? I'm putting cases on all you.
We ended the pod at the wrong time. I need another year to work on you.
I'm on some. Look, the pod ending is where I was like, yo, this was a piece of me where y'all got the hey. No. I get to go back to being a fucking recluse.
No.
Oh. Hey, I get to act like fully me. Oh hell yeah! And I'm not even an asshole. I just don't bother nobody. You know what I mean? Like I ain't going out my way. No more.
Nah, but this isn't like the end of your public life forever.
I don't know. I mean, I might do some like some Instagram voting shit or whatever. You know what I mean? But as far as like podcasting and shit, I ain't gonna do no pods or nothing unless like there's only and even then like some of y'all don't hit me.
I was just gonna say people ask you.
But I mean, there's some pods I wouldn't touch as a podcaster. I definitely wouldn't touch as a civilian.
I'm done with you.
You know, there's some like if somebody asks me, I'll do it. But nah, man, I ain't even bitter. That's the thing. Like the game isn't for me. It's more so like I gave.
I want to ask you something right now.
Ask it.
Be in front of everybody.
52, maybe 50 weeks, 49 to 47 weeks out of the year, I was giving y'all raw, authentic me.
Yeah.
I gave y'all, 8-9 years of podcasts without working on or without talking about like celebrities.
Literally.
All that other shit. The most we ever did was hip hop music, whatever. Like normal ass Karl. Like I'm not the guy hopping on a podcast acting like I know everything or trying to steer an audience to certain things. I'm just being raw, authentically me, and like the relationships I've had with people who've encountered our podcast, those who've seen like merch that I've had and stuff, and the conversations I've had, has always been organically me. I can always say that with or without like San Diego popularity. You know what I mean? Because I ain't worldwide famous or nothing like that. Like, I never act like I was better than anybody.
Yeah.
I just tried to be a human being.
And that's probably why we're in alignment. And I worked out here for this last over a year, because I'll just be trying to be authentic me too.
Yeah.
And
those are the only people we take it like I'm taking on here. You know what I mean? Like don't try to act bigger than you are. Like, sad person I was talking to you about. That hit me up. I'm like, yo, the shit you be on, like, I don't give a fuck about what Jay-Z and Kanye's doing. And shit.
I always say, on my Instagram that we really do be having, like, you chose such a great name and such, from the beginning, because I feel like our conversations are really representative of like grown people and navigating different things. And yes, we do talk about pop culture, and yes, we do talk about this, but we also talk about a lot of relevant issues that people are dealing with. And so, but what I wanted to ask you was, you might be going into retirement, but I'm already thinking about my next podcast. I'm already thinking about my next. And would you come on my podcast? Or like,
I gotta fly to Florida?
No, I'm gonna set it up to do.
I'll do that. Yeah. Anything involving you, I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, that's my guy. Oh, that made my heart happy.
Yeah, anything involving you, I'll do it. That's my guy right there. Like, that was even better.
You about to be like my first guest.
Anything involving you, I'll make it happen. My producer.
I appreciate that.
I got free Sundays now.
Yeah.
So like,
but you know what you should consider, maybe doing a trip to Walt Disney World. Because that's in Florida. I'm just throwing that at.
I'm not against that.
Universal Studios.
I'm going during Florida's winter, which they don't have a winter. Exactly. But there's less humidity.
I'm just saying, exactly, like vacations. Remember, this Miami.
Of all places, we do go to. My wife loves Miami. I don't know why. But
okay.
Not enough for us to live there, but enough for her to go visit.
I'm just saying, like,
going after hurricane season.
Yeah, no. I feel like there may be some enticing things. Like, the next, I do want to have
How far are you guys from Miami?
Oh, we're like 5 hours. But anybody, we're like right on the Gulf side. So we're like 20 miles from Tampa.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you're on the Tampa
but anybody,
side.
I told anybody who wants to do Walt Disney World or like Miami, then I would, I'd be willing to go to there because I want to go to Miami too. Like, let's get a.
I've been to the Epcot Center.
Oh, okay.
Next door.
I've been to Orlando.
One of my old ass family members decided that was the play. My aunt's probably laughing right now. Who the fuck takes a 9-year-old to the Epcot Center?
Yeah.
Oh, you want some eggplant? No, man. I want to go fucking see Mickey Mouse and ride on the roller coasters next door. Why are we learning about education?
Well, yeah. No. Well, so I have there's two things. One, and then we'll get off this one. I think I might have a 40th. Like, so maybe you would fly out for my big 40th if I had like a big one.
Just fly you out here then.
No, I want people to come to me. But I might do, so I planned my 10-year, we went to Helix.
Yeah.
I planned our 10-year reunion. Our 20-year reunion is coming up 2027, in 2 years. Oh my God, that means I need to start planning. So I don't know, I'm not like, I think I know there's a few, especially one guy I know in particular who probably wants to plan the reunion. And I'm not gatekeeping on him. I'm like, if you want to plan it and take it over, please, because it's stressful. It's a lot of opinions and the money and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot. And whenever you got to be, the kitchen, everybody has a comment on, what you're cooking, but they didn't do anything to help prepare the meal. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. So I might be back. And if I plan that reunion here, but I have thrown out to people about doing a destination reunion and or a multi-year reunion. What year are you graduated?
I should be 2028.
You're 2028? You're the year after me. So I was thinking of doing like a 05 to 09.
Let me just tell you right now, we've had this debate
reunion.
Like without y'all, 07 at least.
Oh, y'all don't want to do it with us?
No,
y'all ain't shit.
No, our class was whack.
Oh, so y'all want to be a part of ours? Exactly.
I won't say that we want to be. I don't know their answer to that. What I'm just saying is that
you might be down.
We just know that like.
How was your 10-year reunion?
We were close with. I didn't go. We was close with 07.
Exactly. See, we was close with 05,
and we was close with 09.
That's why I'm thinking 05 to 09.
Because, like, even that 09 or even 10.
See, I don't know. 10 might be pushing it for me. Double digits, like, I'm not doing 10. 10. Because I'm 7. So, 3 years, 4 years.
Because you got it. Well, now 10, 10 is who we was cool with in high school. 10 is like Mia.
05 to 010. Oh, that's them too?
I think they're like 10.
Oh, we got to do 10. 5 to 10.
Jacqueline.
Oh, yeah. I'm willing to do 10.
You really stretching my memory right now if I can remember.
So when we were.
Alexia.
Okay, I'm willing. Yeah, when we were seniors, they were freshmen.
Yeah, and even
when I was a senior, they were freshmen.
Yes.
Okay, I'm definitely willing to do 10 then. 10, and then I really...
Or maybe when we were juniors, they were freshmen. Maybe I did know them.
Dude,
I don't remember.
Maybe
that's a long time ago.
See, am I going to... Because we're close to 05 people, Theron, 04 people, and 03. 09. Am I going to open up 10 years?
Oh, Theron's the same class as them, I think.
I'm not... If Theron, he's on thin ice. If he's with me and them, he's in.
I think
if he's one out, he's out.
Theron's definitely younger than us, but...
So I'm thinking that might be... Would that not be Liddy? Like, it's
a lot of people to coordinate.
It's a lot of people to coordinate. You gotta be strong.
Look, we have a hard time with
I would have to have
six guys in our group chat.
I would have to have a representative from every class. Do you want to be the representative from yours? I would have to have
Jay is still working on my spirit. Yo, because right now my answer to that is hell no.
I need a 04, 05, 06, 08, 09, and 010.
Fam, some of them got Androids.
Hit me up.
I need
we got
all
2
blue
years
text from y'all.
But I have a dream reunion.
Some people don't respond back in the first week. I know, like I'm bad already as it is.
I'm signing myself up for hell.
Whoa, you
should have seen. I got into a huge beef like years later on our reunion Facebook page.
But you're better now
because I saw people talking shit about it years later, and
that shit's not for fun.
And then people turned on me. It was crazy. That's why I almost gave it away. I was like, bro, I'm not dealing with this. I'm over here going through the trenches, and you guys are But I have a 3-day reunion dream. I've always thought about it since I was a kid. One day is like a family day, like a family picket. Imagine a family reunion where there's all kinds of games and, everyone can bring their family, okay? And then there's like the second day, right? The second day is again... I
ain't gonna lie, like right when you said all that,
it's
I don't
adult.
want to hang with these niggas.
No, it's it's an adult day, having adult fun, but then the last day...
But you're talking about all of them. I keep thinking about my
group. It's the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying. I keep
and then
the
last time, it's it's like a nice... cocktail, a nice dinner, and a nice DJ cocktail evening. So I have this vision.
Social media ruins
Like,
this
might
too.
even provide childcare.
Like, I run into Matt, like at the
Might sell
gym.
tickets where people could bring a date.
You know what I'm saying? A date.
Because other schools are going to want to come.
You might want to do that like on a holiday. We know everybody gonna be outside.
Well, I did our reunion during Christmas to catch people while they're in town. You see?
Smart.
Yeah, exactly. But
give
what were
you
you
that.
saying about you see Karl at the gym?
I'm just saying. I'm thinking of people that I see, and I'd be like, oh, I still see them on social media, so I know what's going on. I ain't seen Matt in maybe like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But like I know, like he got 2 kids, you know,
Yeah.
son's playing sports and stuff like that, and they started their little baseball thing and doing shit,
Oh,
you know,
they just won,
or softball, or whatever, you know what I mean?
Oh, they're I was cracking
and
up.
I was like, damn. I see Steven, he does some of Jamar's camps a few times.
Yeah.
And I know he's been busy with working. They got a kid. I see Steven also at the golf course right here. Like,
Yeah, that's right. They do golf, guys.
I see him. I just moved back. So like that's what I'm saying. The social media and we can argue
But
about
it's
this
not
later.
the same as sharing space and hanging out and being together.
No, you're right. But I'm just saying social media ruins the allure.
That's
I'm not raining on your
Yeah,
parade.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just thinking of
No, I
like,
agree.
like my dad's 20-year reunion probably hit hard because it's like I ain't
really
seen
haven't
Earl in
seen-
20
yeah.
years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we really have seen each other.
Yeah, like we spoiled it. Like, but you know what I mean?
little bit.
Or like the run-ins too. The run-ins, I still feel like I see you like all the time.
Yeah,
So it's like,
that's
oh man,
real.
you doing it big. You just bought a house.
It doesn't hit the same as like other, for sure, because I wonder if reunions will phase out because of that. You know what I
Family
mean?
reunions have.
I mean, you think because of like people staying in contact of social media?
Not social media. Social media. It's more so that people don't hang out with their cousins.
Yeah, we've had that debate.
Yeah, kids don't hang out with their cousins. Shit, my cousin. 3 cheers to my cousin Latrey McCollum. He got drafted, or not drafted. He got picked up as a free agent, undrafted, by the Angels.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
I
like
saw that.
But that's
Congrats.
another one where I'm like, dog, like his direct grandfather is Pastor Winters.
Oh, okay.
But it's like we didn't grow up together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I was, what is he, 18? Like when I was 18, he was like 1 or 2 years old. Like we ain't had no experiences together. So it's like, you know, shit like that. And then like when I seen him, the first time I saw him was, or the first time I seen him more recently was over Christmas. Like they came down from Marietta or whatever, and
that's cool.
hung out with us. But it's like him, he's a grown man now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He was just
legitly.
home visiting. So, you know, it's just shit like that is why family reunions are all jacked up.
Yeah.
Anything else you got? Let's get out of here.
No, I'll save it for next time.
All right. And we're out. I ain't got to play no music no more.
Oh.
Bye.